Scott and Tunji Soroye. And they'll do it again.
One of the key things to watch in this game is Bill Carmody's system is very hard to play against. Vukovic getting off to a real quick start, leading the Big Ten in scoring. But the point is this, that Dave Lato played against Northwestern twice at DePaul, and a little three-quarter court pressure, a bit of a surprise by the purple.
Vukovic with the first 2 points of the game after the nice patch from Tim Doyle. Singletary from outside. Joseph starting tonight in place of Larinas Mikalauskis, and shooting from the corner. Adrian Joseph gets it to go in. 2-2 here early on.
Yeah, I'm expecting a battle of tempo in this game. This is Virginia's floor. They want it fast. Northwestern wants it in the 50s.
Vukovic, the top of the key. Over to Craig Moore off the front of the rim. Rebound, Soroye. Singletary to J.R. Reynolds. The D&E up and in. He is a sweet-looking freshman, Tim.
Big difference in the caliber of athletes. Virginia is loaded. Northwestern's going to have to play a very smart game because they don't have the up-and-down kind of athlete that Virginia shows us.
Scott from three-point range. Off the iron. Despite being a center, he's not bad from three-point range, but that was an ill-advised shot. Singletary now from three-point range. In and out, rebound Scott. Here come the Wildcats. Greg Moore bringing it up to Sterling Williams.
A little five-man motion game by the Wildcats. They're going to be very deliberate. They'd love to see 5 or 6 passes.
And they like to see a lot of that. Vukovic going to the hoop, and he is fouled.
Earlier today at shoot-around, Bill Carmody told us something that you don't hear coaches tell their players very often. He said, Vedran, I want you to be more selfish. You are the guy. I want you taking the ball, look off your teammates. I want you forcing the action. That is how good a scorer Vedran Vukovic is.
They lost Saturday to DePaul 59-49. Vukovic scored nearly half of Northwestern's points with 22.
To put it in perspective, Bill Carmody has coached a lot of good offensive players. Vedran has the green light, and Carmody said he has the greenest light of anybody he's ever coached.
He also has all 4 of Northwestern's points.
I think that this full court pressure is more token than anything else. They rely on that little zone defense.
D&E, the freshman, yes.
Is that 5-man motion game. You're going to notice outstanding spacing and sharing of the ball.
And D&E has been assigned by Dave Lato to guard Vedran Vukovic. There he strips the ball, and quickly Singletary brings it up court, but he can't get that one to go. Here comes Northwestern the other way. Tim Doyle flashes a pass cross court to Craig Moore, out to Sterling Williams.
That's what Bill Carmody wants from his offense, either quick shots or very long possessions. First 5 seconds or the last 5 seconds of the shot clock would be preferred.
Williams in traffic, turnover Cats. Here comes Singletary, coast to coast. Cavaliers with an 8-4 lead. Virginia with the early hot hand.
You may notice for the Wildcats, both Bernard Cote and Mike Thompson, their big guys, are back in Evanston. Will not obviously be available for them on the boards tonight.
So a lot of heavy minutes for Northwestern's big men, Vince Scott and Vedran Vukovic. Tim Doyle there, from a junior from Merrick, New York, averaging 9.2 points a game. Scott with another three-pointer from this time from the corner, and that one no good. Here come the Cavaliers. Adrian Joseph for 3, in and out. working against Reynolds. Turnaround, spin. Won't go, and here comes Virginia. This tempo, probably not to Virginia's liking. The alley-oop pass to Adrian Joseph, the sophomore from Trinidad. Virginia on a 6-0 run. Doyle from three-point range. Northwestern is ice cold. J.R. Reynolds from downtown. Scott with the rebound.
Yeah, a little quick on the release there. Dave Lato made an interesting comment today. It was a shoot-around. He said, nobody has scored 60 against Northwestern this year. If we get this thing up in the 60s, we will win.
They've got 10 already, leading by 6, 10-4. Doyle with the spin move. And he's called for the charge. The Virginia Cavaliers trying to win this Big Ten ACC Challenge. They're up 10-4. A lot more basketball to come.
Hi, I'm Magic Johnson. Welcome to the fundamentals of basketball.
To be the best, you have to learn from the best. That's why basketball legend Magic Johnson has assembled the greatest team of all-star players and coaches to help players everywhere improve their skills and knowledge of the sport. The Magic Fundamentals comprehensive video program is over 2 hours of instruction from basketball greats Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Diana Taurasi, Carmelo Anthony, Kenny Smith, Amari Stoudemire, and Rip Hamilton. You won't find Magic Fundamentals DVD in stores. It's only available by calling the 800 number on your screen or by visiting our website at magicfundamentals.com. Whether you're just a beginner or you're playing at the highest levels of high school ball, Magic's program will help you dramatically improve your game.
We all are looking to get better, and this tape will make you better if you practice the drills over and over again. You don't have to go to camp. I'm bringing camp right to you.
The Magic Fundamentals comprehensive video is filled with everything you need to know to increase your points, assists, rebounds, and understanding of the game of basketball. So call the 800 number on your screen and take the first step to becoming a great basketball player. Now you can have the most complete program ever created by players who have combined for 14 NBA titles, 9 NBA MVP awards, and over 60,000 points scored in the NBA. Order now and we'll include the Magic Fundamentals 16-page color booklet, complete with Magic's 7-day workout at no additional cost. That's over 2 hours of basketball instruction on 2 DVDs, plus the color insert for the incredible low price of 2 payments of only $19.99. Call now or go to our website and start your program today.
Welcome back to the Big Ten ACC Challenge here in Charlottesville, Virginia. The Virginia Cavaliers with a 10-4 lead over Northwestern. A year ago, Pete Gillen guided the Cavaliers' fortune. Their record 14-15 overall, 4-12 in the ACC, and that what ultimately led to his dismissal. They lost their last 5 regular season ACC games. Northwestern 15-16, 6-10 in Big Ten play, but 12-4 at home at Welsh Ryan Arena, and big wins over Indiana, Iowa, and Michigan.
Both of these teams have the same big challenge, and that's they're so strong academically. It really puts a major emphasis on trying to find those unique kids that are outstanding athletes and prospects and can get it done in the classroom.
Diani, guarded by Moore, kicks it out to Singletary, over to Adrian Joseph.
Here's that matchup zone. A lot of man-to-man principles.
Sweet move by J.R. Reynolds up and over Vaden Vukusic, and the Cavaliers now with a 12-4 lead. Northwestern scored on its first possession. Since then, 0 for 5 in field goals and 3 huge turnovers. Vukusic inside, batted away by Diani.
Yeah, and very important for Northwestern to hang around. This is not a team that has offensive fireworks capabilities. They better stay close.
Craig Moore with that last bucket by Northwestern. Diani, the freshman. Reynolds now Singletary back to Reynolds, working against Moore, going to the hoop, and he draws the foul. J.R. Reynolds from Roanoke, Virginia, Oak Hill Academy. Second leading scorer on this team at 14.7 points per game. Named to the All-ACC tournament second team a year ago.
Yeah, a beautiful shooter that just hasn't shot well so far. You would anticipate that if he finds his stroke, that's when this Cavalier offense will really start clicking.
Dave Lato did not exactly inherit a bare cupboard. There's some talent here, even though none of these kids are his recruits.
Right, 5 of his top 6 players are underclassmen, so Pete Gillen did leave some talent. Singletary
Creates some space for himself over Doyle. Off the front of the rim, rebound Vukusic. Mohammed Hashad in the game now for Northwestern. He can be, at times, a very electric player. He is an energizer. He can change the tempo of a game if they need to, and right now, Northwestern needs some offensive help. Hashad to the bucket, yes. Nice pass from Vince Scott, too. Diani with a shot all over him. Hashad, perhaps Northwestern's best defender. Reynolds working baseline, in among the tall trees. Diani from three-point range. Oh, he's got it.
Wow, what a special prospect Mamadi Diani is. He is just such a specimen physically. He can run, he can jump, he can defend. And with his jump shot falling, he's a complete player.
And he's been called upon to guard Northwestern's best player, Vedran Vukusic, with the ball now and working against Diani. And that time, Vedran wins the battle.
You know, Mohammed Hashad is a very streaky player, and it's so important for him to get a layup early. Why? Well, he's got a bad elbow against DePaul. He fell down awkwardly, and he's got that heavy wrap. He's had some numbness problems, and maybe by getting that early layup, it builds his confidence.
Nice pass, ball movement, typical Bill Carmody style of offense. Vukusic with the bucket, the easy basket. Even though Northwestern plays the slow-down game, Dave Lato was saying that it really forces your players to play fast, to stay moving. Singletary squeezing his way between Moore and Hashad and drawing the foul.
Yeah, it's an interesting comment that you brought up, Mike, because here's the mindset. Virginia's players, they spend 28, 29, 30 seconds on defense. Everybody likes to play offense. You get a little frustrated, and when you get to the offensive end, it's typical human nature. You try to jack up a shot a little quicker than maybe your coach wants.
Lato made one of those career moves that you make once in a lifetime.
Hey, you're from Chicago, Mike. What has the response been there?
You know, it was a win-win situation for both schools. Everybody realized that this guy was a bright young talent and that maybe one day he would leave DePaul. They got a coach by the name of Jerry Wainwright. Great pass there, Moore to Vukusic. Virginia has been unable to stop that play tonight. After a 1-7 start from the floor, Northwestern has been 4 for 4 since.
Pretty good response, huh? Defensively, you notice how well that Northwestern is able to get out and cover that three-point line. The opportunity to hit those gaps is there.
Reynolds with the quickness. First step beats Mohammed Hashad to the basket and one.
Wow.
The Virginia Cavaliers with a 19-12 lead here in this Big Ten ACC Challenge game. Back with more in a moment.
Be smart.
Be independent.
Be powerful.
Be frugal.
Be strong.
Be opportunistic.
Be unafraid. Be patient. Be unemotional.
Be ruthless.
Be confident.
Be first.
Be ready.
Focus. Be sure.
In other words, be extraordinary with Power E-Trade Pro, a totally customizable platform and low pricing for stock and options trading. Power E-Trade Pro. At E-Trade Financial, we keep challenging the ordinary to help investors be extraordinary.
My name is Izzy Paskowitz.
And I've been running surf camps for autistic kids for 7 years. What's perfect for us is see that screaming and the kicking when they go out. And when they turn around and ride that wave in, it's just nothing like it. And there's the parents, tears in their eyes, saying, we've had a lot of tough times, but today was just a perfect day.
Where he makes his mistake is that he doesn't protect the ball.
It's pure fundamentals. Watch right here. He got sloppy. Here, right here, that's where he loses it. Let's look at that again.
Hey, honey, did you?
Always switch it to the other hand, away from where the pursuit is coming.
What exactly are you doing?
That's a mental breakdown. He got a little reckless there, and I'm sure he's going to catch an earful on the sidelines.
Time now for ESPNU's Pride of the Program, Central Connecticut State. We turn the clock back to their 1999-2000 season, their best in history. It was good for a Northeast Conference championship. The Blue Devils smothered Robert Morris College 63-46 for their 25th win. Howie Dickerman's team had Central Connecticut's first ever NCAA tournament berth. You know, and they just missed upsetting Iowa State that year, and one Iowa State player, Marcus Pfizer, was quoted as saying, "We had to do this over. I would not want to play that team."
I had a chance to broadcast their league championship game, and they had a kid named Corsley Edwards there, probably the best big guy in their school's history. And the other thing, it's right up the street from our home in Bristol.
Joined Division 1A ranks in 1986 and 70th season of basketball. .11:41 remaining to go here in the first half. Virginia with a 19-12 lead. J.R. Reynolds has been a force. In and out.
A lot of
Northwestern
pressure.
controls, and Michael Jenkins now, the 5'9" senior from Pasadena, California, in the game for NU. Northwestern really looking to get more out of its guard play, especially since the graduation of T.J. Parker. They like that young man right there, Craig Moore, but he lacks the quickness that Parker gave the Cats last year, especially defensively. Vukusic from three-point range. Singletary with the rebound.
Two perimeter-oriented teams. If they get any points in the paint, it's usually off dribble drive. For Northwestern, they have a lot of cuts, but these are two teams that are struggling to try to get easy points.
Jason Kane in the game now for Virginia. He's got the ball, he's got the shot, but it doesn't go. Vukasic's got the rebound. Vince Scott up top, over to Jenkins. Scott working on Mikalauskis inside. Looking for that backdoor play to Vukasic. He's fouled by Kane.
Yeah, and you've heard all about the Princeton-style offense. Well, that was a pretty good example of it right there. It's a positionless offense. Everybody needs to be able to make cuts, share the ball, and make that outside shot. Vedran Vukusic, who is really the perfect recruit for this system because he is from Europe. He handles the ball, a very high skill level. And also, I think it's interesting that a lot of the foreign kids that Bill Carmody likes to bring in can compete academically. They really understand that education and getting it done in the classroom is just as important as on the court.
Tim, real quick, given his ability to hit from three-point range, is he an NBA prospect?
Well, I don't think so, and the reason I say that is Mike Wilkinson is one of the most solid big guys I've seen in the Big Ten. 6'8", just like Vukusic. He didn't even get a draft look from the NBA, so I would say that Vedran's going to make a lot of money playing in Europe over the next 10 to 15 years.
From Split, Croatia, Vedran Vukusic, Northwestern's best offensive player.
You may remember Wilkinson, who was playing for the Wisconsin Badgers, and Bo Ryan.
Yep. Reynolds from real long range, NBA three-point range, in and out.
There's Larinas Mikalauskas hitting the boards. Didn't get the start today. They gave it to Joseph because Larinas has a mild hip pointer. They also felt because of Northwestern's offense that Joseph would be able to get out and cover the perimeter a little bit better.
There you see Vadron's three-point efficiency at Northwestern.
Pretty good chance he will leave Evanston as the all-time leader in threes.
Jenkins. Evan Seacat, number 24 in the game now for the Wildcats, along with Sterling Williams, number 32. And I like the way you described it, Tim, a positionless offense. Vukasic double-teamed. Diani was there, and it looks like Diani called for the foul. Lace up your skates for ESPNU's coverage of college hockey Friday night as the two-time defending champion Denver Pioneers take on conference rival the Colorado College Tigers, who are shooting for a repeat appearance in the Frozen Four. College hockey on ESPNU Friday at 9:30 Eastern. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
Yeah, Mike, I want to try to capture how good Vukasic has been so far this year. He's scoring 44% of his team's points, which is a huge number. Now, to make it even more dramatic, he's shooting 58% from the field. You know the defenses are looking for him, and it doesn't even seem to matter.
Kane called for the travel. Vukasic has 10 of Northwestern's 14 points tonight, and this guy hasn't been on the bench yet. He's logging some really big-time minutes here, especially without their two players, their big men, Bernard Cote and Michael Thompson, back at home in Evanston.
Now, it looks like we're going to see a defensive adjustment by Dave Lato. The first time we've seen 2-3 zone. I love this coaching move because the zone takes away the effectiveness, a lot of those back cuts from the Northwestern players,
which have been very successful so far.
We asked Bill Carmody today, he said, I definitely like to see the opponents playing man-to-man.
Williams, nice move to the bucket, but can't get it to go. That's been his big problem. Nice player, says Bill Carmody, of the redshirt freshman from Chicago, Illinois, but we need him to be more of an offensive scorer, a more offensive threat.
Let's take a look at the action down low. Big guys banging, nice box out position. Vukasic doing it at both ends, and I want to see him still stay aggressive. The defense is watching him, and he needs to establish that he can score both against zone and man.
What another thing he does so well is move without the basketball, and that time Evan Seacat able to find him on another cut to the hoop. 19-16, Bill Carmody's Cats clawing the Virginia Cavaliers. They're down by 3.
Here's to the beginning, a chance to carve out a new path. For this time will be different. This is the year we leave our mark. This is the game we play together. This is our season. The colors change, the fires burn, and the possibilities are endless. The NCAA Championships on ESPN.
Virginia with a 19-16 lead over Northwestern here in this Big Ten ACC Challenge. Head coach Dave Lato in his first season at Virginia after guiding DePaul to a 58-34 record during his term there. He was very well respected and loved by Chicago fans. Jean Lato, it was a tough decision for her to let Dave go, but she knew it was good for his career. They've got a new coach in Jerry Wainwright who's doing a nice job there. So again, like I said, it was a win-win situation for both schools.
Dave Lato, a disciple of the Hall of Famer Jim Calhoun, and without question, the future is extremely bright for Virginia. A lot of good stuff going on here.
The pesky Michael Jackson getting in J.R. Reynolds' face. He draws the foul. The Cavaliers with a 3-point lead, 7-44 remaining here in the first half.
I want to go over
It's simple works. It worked for me, it's working for thousands of men and women nationwide, and it can work for you too.
Order today and get 2 videos for the price of 1.
Welcome back to Charlottesville, Virginia. Virginia leading Northwestern 1960. Mike Adamle alongside Tim McCormick. 7:44 remaining here in the first half in this Big Ten ACC Challenge game presented by Cisco Systems. So far, coming into tonight, the ACC had won 3 games. The Big Ten had won 3 games. Dave Lato, we were talking about the Virginia head coach. One of the reasons why he was enticed to come to Charlottesville, the brand new John Paul Jones Arena, which will be ready for play next season, will be ready in June of 2006, and it is state-of-the-art, to say the least.
Yeah, and Coach was saying that it's easy to recruit when you can go into a family and say, hey, the school put a $125 million commitment into the future of this program. And you're telling me that John Paul Jones is not the naval hero that we would have suspected.
A guy who graduated in 1948, a friend of the program, and a very well-respected lawyer, I believe. Too bad it wasn't John Paul Jones, though. Jenkins and Doyle in the backcourt for Northwestern. Evan Seacat going for the three-point shot. Jenkins, just all 5'9" of him, keeping that ball alive for the Cats.
Yeah, and good observation there. Against a zone defense, it's a lot easier to grab those offensive rebounds, even for the diminutive Michael Jenkins.
Doyle drives to the hoop, off the glass, gets the friendly roll. 21-18.
And that was a textbook possession by Bill Carmody's team. They ran 25 seconds off the clock and then went to work.
Diani to Reynolds against Jenkins. See how quick JR is. That one actually hit the bottom of the rim. We got a jump ball. That's what Jenkins does. He's so small, he's like a gnat that you want to swat away, but he gets in the guys in his pocket, you know, invades his space.
Yeah, this
causes all kinds of problems.
Yeah, I want you to notice the penetration and the gaps, driving to the basket, Doyle. But the nice thing is, I think that this poise and patience really can put a defense like Virginia's to sleep. Remember last year in Evanston, 48-44, Virginia won that game, but it was not an athletic type game. It would have favored Northwestern with the pace of play.
Jenkins forcing another Virginia turnover. That's their third. Bill Carmody's got to be happy with the way things are going so far.
Yeah, especially because on the season, they rely so heavily on threes. 45% of their shots are from deep. Now that gets dangerous on the road, but so far they haven't relied on that. They're doing pretty well.
Again, going back door. Scott had the ball underneath, almost lost it, able to kick it out. Vukasic has got it now.
They haven't made a three yet.
Jenkins from long range, in, out, rebound, Soroye. Reynolds looking for the pass inside to Joe Kane. Kane drawing the foul. Northwestern 0 for 7 from three-point range tonight. Virginia just 1 for 7.
Northwestern has a drill that they use in practice. They have to make 73s in under 4 minutes. And this whole Bill Carmody offense is set up to take advantage of the threes. And quite frankly, I don't think they shoot the three as well this year as they have in the past.
They really lack a, other than Vukasic, a pure shooter.
You know, the guy they also miss is T.J. Parker. Tony Parker's little brother.
Yeah.
For some unexplained reason, he put his name into the NBA draft when I think everybody knew he was not going to be even a second-round pick. Ended up breaking his foot, but had come to an agreement with an agent. His eligibility at Northwestern was
automatically lost it, yeah. Great discussion about that last year in Chicago about T.J. Parker, what he could have meant to this team this year. And I don't think he was ever going to be an NBA player. Doyle now, out to Jenkins. Here's Moore. They need him to fill it up. That won't go. Back come the Cavaliers trying to increase their three-point lead. 21-18, 4:40 remaining here in the first half.
And if we're going to do some scoreboard watching, remember 60 is the magic number that Dave Lato said they need to get to.
Diani misses off the back of the iron. Knocked out of bounds by Virginia Northwestern's ball. How about this draw? No field goals in the last 6 minutes. That's what Bill Carmody basketball is all about. Part of it is bad Virginia shooting. Part of it is Northwestern tightening the defensive screws.
Well, also, I think it's really important that you have to recognize that Sean Singletary is not on the court. He's the playmaker that this team relies on so heavily. A lot of long possessions.
To set up plays like that. Be patient. Northwestern now on an 8-2 run. They trail by 1. If that's the end result of the long possession, then that's Bill Carmody basketball at its best.
Remember in the open, we both commented on the fact that it was going to be low scoring, but highly competitive.
And it's been just that, Tim. Reynolds with a foul before he gets the shot off. Soroye called for the charge. And Northwestern making a charge here at University Hall. They trail the Cavaliers of Virginia 21-20.
Fact. Scientists now know there are 3 major causes of male hair loss. Fact. The newly patented Follicare hair growth and restoration system is the first product that fights all 3 of these hair killers at the same time. Fact. In testing by an independent lab, 100% of men using Follicare grew new hair in just 8 weeks. That's right, 100% of men grew new hair, and you will too. We guarantee it.
I was going bald. Then I started to use Follicare, and there's a lot more hair there in a very short period of time. It's a great product.
Follicare's patented formula works for thinning hair or on an annoying bald spot. Here's why we lose our hair as we age. First, blood flow decreases and not enough oxygen and key nutrients reach our follicles. Second, the chemical DHT builds up in hair follicles and causes them to shrink. And third, we don't get enough of the nutrients needed to grow healthy hair. Follicare fights all of these hair killers with over 50 key ingredients that together help you grow and keep your own hair. Single approach products can't give you the incredible results that Follicare can. Follicare was developed by Dr. Chris Catalfo, who at 28 years old was rapidly going bald. Desperate, Dr. Catalfo attacked all the reasons for his hair loss at once and now has a full head of hair. His research gave us Follicare. It takes less than 5 minutes a day to use and costs less than a cup of coffee. And unlike some other products, there are no unwanted sexual side effects.
Unless you actually put this on your head, there's no way in the world that you're going to understand how good it is.
Have you ever heard a guy say, gee, I wish I were bald? No! Don't wait to get to this point to do something about hair loss. You too will grow hair with the patented Follicare system. We guarantee it or your money back.
You can fight hair loss and Follicare guarantees it. Unlike other products, Follicare costs as little as $1 a day. Call 1-800-284-5494 to order now. Follicare is easy, it's patented, and it works. Don't wait. Call 1-800-284-5494 or visit Follicare.com and get started today.
.343 remaining here in the first half. Virginia with a 21-20 lead over Northwestern. ESPNU's coverage of women's soccer continues with both semifinal matches from the NCAA Women's College Cup. First at 4:30 Eastern, Portland faces Penn State. Then at 7 Eastern, Florida State takes on UCLA. The NCAA Women's College Cup on ESPNU Friday. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
Yeah, the zone defense is going to guarantee long possessions for Northwestern. They're going to run a dummy offense for about the first 10 seconds and then try to quiet that defense.
The steal by Reynolds. His shot off the glass. Rebound Northwestern wide open. Craig Moore. And Northwestern takes their first lead since early in the game when they led 2-0. 10-2 run in the last 7 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah. And remember, Sean Singletary is on the bench with 2 fouls. The last 11 possessions. Amazing.
Adrian Joseph ready to come into the game, and another steal by Northwestern. Michael Jenkins taking it to the hole. Up and over, and a blocking foul called on the senior from Atlanta, Georgia, Billy Campbell, number 12.
And Dave Lato forced to go deep into his bench, looking for somebody that will take care of the ball and get back on defense.
This is something Northwestern has not exhibited a whole lot this season, is quickness in the backcourt, especially getting Michael Jenkins loose.
Yeah, I wonder as this game materializes if they will go to full court pressure. Northwestern is not as athletic. Virginia was worried about using the legs of their guards in a full court situation. Dave Lato may have to make that move, especially because Singletary is not going to play the rest of this half.
A 13-2 Northwestern run, and their biggest lead in the game at 4. Reynolds can't control the rebound of that miss by Joseph. And here come Northwestern Wildcats one more time.
You know, one of the other reasons that Northwestern is so good against zone, because they play zone and they practice against it every single day.
Great point, Tim. It's like football teams that run the spread offense, and they play a spread offense team.
I knew somehow you would bring it back to a football reference.
I'm sorry.
Tough call there, but you know, to further this, Dave Lato said that it's hard to prepare for this offense. Singletary on the bench, 4 points, that's nice, but 2 fouls will keep him seated. Mike, this Princeton offense is like a football team preparing for the option. Not many teams run it. Now, one advantage for Dave Lato's team, they did play Richmond 2 days ago, which runs a similar kind of offense. So he did acknowledge they've had 4 days to prepare. 2 against Richmond and 2 prior to this Northwestern game.
The only problem, the Spiders don't have anybody of the caliber of Adrian Vukasic, who makes both of those free throws. And Northwestern now with a 27-21 lead. Virginia started out shooting 8 for 13. Since then, just 1 of 8. 15-2 run now for Northwestern. Here's Campbell from the corner. Yeah, that finally breaks the spell. A 3-point shot, a much-needed 3-point shot.
Wow, big shot. And Sean Singletary is at the scorer's table. That is a calculated gamble, bringing him back with 2.
1:36 remaining here in the first half. Campbell, the lone senior on the Virginia team.
Boy, I don't know if I would bring him in.
Vukasic gets the ball tapped away by Soroye. Out of bounds, Virginia ball.
All right, let's take a look. Sharing the ball side to side. Beautiful delivery. And offensively, against Northwestern, the best way to beat them is to go side to side. Make the defense move.
And Vukasic goes to the bench for the first time this half, getting a well-deserved rest.
Three-guard lineup for the Cavaliers.
J.R. Reynolds, the man who went down hard on being checked by the official. 6'2" junior, Roanoke, Virginia. Second leading scorer on this Virginia team coming into tonight's game.
You know, the thing I like the most about Reynolds is that he's clearly the 2 guard on this team, but he does have the ability to take over some point guard responsibilities from time to time. When Singletary went out, it was Reynolds that came into that lead guard position. The value that brings to him is he can create for himself when he needs to.
Makes the first one. Bill Carmody, people forget what a job he did at Princeton those magical years in 1996, 97, 97, 98 when he was 24-4 during the regular season, 27-2 Northwestern the next season and 14-0 2 years in a row in the Ivy League.
Yeah, and he has gotten Northwestern into the best 5-year stretch in the school's history. They've had over 11 wins in each of those years. And now, how can they hide Singletary? Northwestern would be smart to try to isolate him, go at him, because I don't think he wants to play any defense right now.
Tim Doyle, cross court to Evan Seacat. Vukasic inside to Doyle, and you can see the crisp passing by Northwestern. Jenkins trying to make it pay off, but in and out goes his three-point attempt. Ball knocked out of bounds, ruled by the official that Vince Scott was the last man to touch it. Northwestern.
Wow. Yeah, Dave Lato said that Sean Singletary has the toughness of a boxer. It looks like he took a right hook there.
Northwestern 0 for 9 from three-point range, 10 of 13 from two-point range.
And I would have said, without making the three, they'd be getting blown out in this game. They've done it in different ways.
Here's Singletary. Diani with the rebound. Back out to Sean Singletary. The sophomore from Philadelphia. Leading scorer for the Virginia Cavaliers. Missed much of this first half with 2 fouls. But he's here for this final stretch. One last shot. We're under 10 seconds. Reynolds against Sterling. Nice spin move. Sterling with the rebound. Cats control the ball. And that's it for the first half of play. Virginia ended the half on a 5-0 run, but they trail the Northwestern Wildcats 27-26. Coming up at halftime, a look at all the Big Ten ACC Challenge games, plus first half stats and highlights from this game between Virginia and Northwestern. Bill Carmody and the Northwestern Wildcats with a 27-26 lead over the Virginia Cavaliers. Back with more after this timeout. The Big Ten ACC Challenge presented by Cisco Systems. Brought to you by Allstate. Are you in good hands?
What's he doing here?
Beats me. Can I help you, sir?
I'm looking for our security.
Yes, sir. Our security is in the network, sir.
This blinky thing is our security?
The security thing is everywhere. The network is, sir.
Let me get this straight. The security is in the blinky thing, and it's in the doohickey next to the blinky thing? This is technical jargon, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Security, powered by Cisco.
Last Thanksgiving, about 2 million people tried to deep fat fry their turkey. 15 succeeded in setting their houses on fire. At Christmas, there was a lot of driving over the river and through the woods and a little bit of skidding on the ice and taking out Grandma's garage door. So while you're celebrating, Allstate will be standing by. Trouble never takes a holiday. Neither should your insurance. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
The Chicago White Sox have won the World Series championship. Celebrate with Sports Illustrated's must-have hardcover commemorative book. SI's amazing photography and writing captures the historic season of the Chicago White Sox. Plus, get this set of 3 officially licensed MLB championship baseballs, honoring each step of their postseason run. This timeless set, complete with game scores and a special display stand, is available only from SI. All these great collectibles are free with your paid subscription to SI. Get 56 issues for only $1.59 an issue. Save 60% off the cover price. Use your credit card, and this limited edition bronze White Sox World Series coin is also free. Enclosed in a display case that includes scores and stats, this double embossed mint coin is a valuable keepsake. So order now to get the SI commemorative book, the set of 3 championship baseballs, plus the limited edition coin and card, all free from Sports Illustrated. Go to SIMLB2005.com or call now.
It is halftime here at University Hall. The Big Ten ACC Challenge presented by Cisco Systems. Northwestern with a 27-26 lead over the Virginia Cavaliers. Vedran Vučisić leading the way for the Wildcats with 14 points. Back more with highlights and scores from the other Big Ten ACC Challenge games in a moment.
To play professional volleyball, you better be in great shape. To play at age 41, you better be in the best shape of your life. How do I do it? Bowflex.
Introducing the all-new Bowflex Extreme 2. Now you can get great results faster than ever.
I've been an athlete all my life, and nothing works better than Bowflex. I've been on this machine for 6 weeks and packed 12 pounds of muscle onto my frame.
Call right now for your free DVD that tells you all about Bowflex.
I put the Extreme 2 to the test. I got pumped arms, ripped abs, and legs of steel. Let's face the facts, we all get older, but we sure don't have to look it. I'll admit it, I want to look good and perform well at the beach. But if I'm out slamming it with 20-somethings, I need the kind of shape that only comes through strength training with Bowflex.
Change your body in one easy 20-minute workout, done just 3 times a week. The new Bowflex Extreme 2 features a no-cable change pulley system, delivering faster workouts than ever, because you don't have to change cables between exercises.
That cuts down on my workout time, which allows me to do more of the things that I want to do.
If you're serious about losing weight, getting fit, and getting in awesome shape, then check out the new Extreme 2.
To be back playing pro volleyball after leaving the tour over 10 years ago is amazing. If you want real results real fast, you need a real Bowflex. Believe me, there are great advantages to having a Bowflex body.
Call right now for this free DVD or order directly from Bowflex for only $25 a month. Call today or visit them online.
I'm 41 years old, and I'm in the best shape of my life.
Now the big game really is in your room.
That's unbelievable!
ESPN and Fisher-Price introduced the ESPN Shot Block Basketball.
Nothing but nylon!
It's the only basketball game with built-in defense, featuring the voice of ESPN's own Dick Vitale.
Wow, what a nice shot!
With electronic scoring and real crowd noise, the ESPN Shot Block Basketball gives you 8 different ways to play, from rookie to pro.
What a performance like that, you might be on SportsCenter!
Take it to the hole with the ESPN Shot Block Basketball. In stores now, batteries not included.
It is halftime here at University Hall in Charlottesville, Virginia. Virginia Cavaliers with trailing the Northwestern Wildcats 27-26. Mike Adamle alongside Tim McCormick. I know you're not surprised because we thought this game would be very competitive right from the get-go.
Well, I think that the magic number that we talked about is 60 points. And Dave Lato felt like if they could get to 60 points or above, they would have a chance to win it. This is Bill Carmody's pace. They don't have the same caliber athlete as Virginia does, so by slowing it down, they're keeping within their tempo, they're running their offense, and they're playing the perfect kind of game for them.
You know, both teams are coming off of disappointing losses. Saturday, Northwestern lost to DePaul. On Sunday, Virginia was overwhelmed by Arizona. I'm surprised at just how well these two teams are playing tonight, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that this is the Big Ten versus the ACC.
Well, both of these teams had non-postseason years last season. They both feel like they have the talent, the ability to get to at least an NIT bid. And this is very important because once you get into the Big Ten season and the ACC season respectively, it's going to be tough sledding. There's some great teams and some outstanding balance from top to bottom. You better boost your record right now.
Going into tonight, it was the Big Ten 3, the ACC 3. Here's some of tonight's score. Number 14, Michigan State leading Georgia Tech by 10 with 1:37 remaining. The Minnesota Golden Gophers, they were leading early, but they've been bypassed by number 20, Maryland. Duke and Indiana. This ought to be very interesting a little later on, and then North Carolina State and a very good Iowa team coached by Steve Alford.
Yeah, and if the numbers continue and the favorites hold serve in the last 2 games, the final decision on the ACC Big Ten Challenge very well may come down to this game right here, so stay tuned.
Well, Ohio State got things off to a good start originally. They beat Virginia Tech 69-56. on Tuesday. And then Illinois and North Carolina in a rematch of the national championship game. The Fighting Illini win by 4. Miami didn't hold serve for the ACC, that's for sure. Your alma mater beating the Hurricanes handily, 74-53. And then Penn State, a much better Penn State team this year, lost to Clemson, though, 96-88.
Yeah, and this is really the year that the Big Ten, if they ever want to win this thing, they need to do it, because I think that the ACC is a little bit down this year. The Big Ten is poised for a great year, and so it's going to be very close.
Don't tell that to Florida State and Wake Forest. Coming up, more halftime. We'll recap the first half highlights and give you statistics as well. Northwestern leading Virginia 27-26.
If it's played on a campus, it's on ESPNU.
Touchdown! Unbelievable!
The best college sports action all year long.
Another great play. He's got it.
Here's what's playing tomorrow night. At 7, football. Go down to the wire with Texas and Ohio State. At 10, get an all-access look at some of the nation's top basketball programs. ESPNU, always in season.
Is your child protected for the future? Gerber, the baby people you've known since you were a baby, offers you a way to help with that protection through their Grow Up Plan for Children. It's a $5,000 cash value insurance program that costs less than 11 cents a day. At age 21, that protection doubles to $10,000 with no increase in premiums. So call now for your free information package.
Call this toll-free number for free information about Gerber's Grow Up Plan. Call now.
I got first pick.
No, you had first pick last game. All right, give me Dopey.
All right, let me get Sneezy.
I'm going to go with Happy.
Bashful.
Grumpy.
I'll take Sleepy. Wake up.
Doc. No, not you. I meant Doc.
Join us in March for ESPN The Weekend at the Walt Disney World Resort. There's something for every fan. Visit ESPNTheWeekend.com today. Presented by Speedstick 24/7.
Some of the bigger stars, like Dwayne Wade, they've actually negotiated final cut of their highlights.
I think that works, Dwayne. You know what? First we should go with a medium to draw the audience in. Then we should go real wide to give it a sense of context.
Dwayne, we're going to need that highlight.
When it's ready, then we'll go.
Well, but you missed 2 shows already.
When it's ready. You think we can add a couple more defenders with CGI? That would make me look more like a hero, superhero.
Northwestern leading Virginia 27-26 here after one half of play. Mike Adamle alongside Tim McCormick. And early on for the Virginia Cavaliers, it was transition basketball. They made the most of it.
Yeah, and if you follow the scouting reports, things have really gone true to form. Virginia wants to go up and down. They have great athletes. Northwestern likes the half-court game. Very smart, cerebral. They share the ball. And I think that the highlights really go a long way in defining what these two teams are about.
One of the things that they did well was go coast to coast. We'll see here early on, led by Sean Singletary, J.R. Reynolds, the jam there.
And here's Singletary, who did have a very quiet half, only 4 points due to his foul trouble. And at the other end, Vukovic had 14 points. That's over half of his team's total, sharing the ball side to side. Doyle with the left hand off the dribble. That was his only bucket. And Michael Jenkins off the cut. Solid play at the point guard position.
It has also been a game of runs for Northwestern and Virginia. First half stats of this 27-26 game. The big difference for Northwestern, really, it's surprising they have the lead considering they're 0 for 9 from three-point range.
Yeah, and the numbers at the rebounding really surprised me, because on the year, Virginia is plus 12. Northwestern has been pounded on the glass. To have it even has to be a psychological advantage for the Purple.
Despite the fact that they don't have Bernard Cote and Michael Thompson, 2 of their big men. What will happen in the second half? Well, we're about to find out. Northwestern will take a 27-26 lead into the second half. Stay with us.
I want to go over a few things before you leave for Oslo. 80 gig, titanium, Wi-Fi, secure. Should you find yourself sans laptop, check in with this. Bluetooth, broadband, built-in camera. Secure. If it's on our network, it's secure.
Encrypted
Hacker-proof titanium.
It's a pen.
Security, powered by Cisco.
Local and long distance, high-speed internet, digital satellite TV, and singular wireless. You can arrange your SBC services however you want to create a flexible plan that fits your needs. Makes cable seem like, well, history. SBC, now joined with AT&T.
You love the NFL. You live for the NFL. And ESPN News is your never-ending source for NFL news, highlights, scores, and stats. All things NFL 24/7. Find it at ESPN News.
Hey, you want to see something cool?
Now you can hang out with an NFL quarterback.
Hey, I'm coming to your house.
Fathead are larger-than-life wall graphics that bring all the NFL action right into your home or office.
Fathead is huge. That's how big a fathead is.
Just peel in place. Fathead is easy to put up and can be moved over and over.
Coolest thing is, put it on the wall, you don't like it there, peel it off, put it on another wall.
Too big and real for retail stores? Just visit fathead.com to find all of your favorite Fathead teams and players. Officially licensed by the National Football League and Players, Inc.
Fathead is the coolest thing out right now. You get a fat head.
Fathead are for true NFL enthusiasts only.
Take those posters off the wall, kick them out, and put on Fathead.
Fathead, go big, real big.
What are you looking at? Hello, people in TV land, get a Fathead.
The Big Ten ACC Challenge is presented by Cisco Systems, changing the way people work, live, play, and learn. Innovation powered by Cisco Systems. Welcome back to University Hall in Charlottesville, Virginia. The Big Ten ACC Challenge game tonight between Northwestern and the Virginia Cavaliers. Cavs trail the Wildcats by 1, 27-21. Vedran Vukusic, the leading scorer for Northwestern. Mamadi Diani, the leading scorer for Virginia with 9 points. The freshman from Potomac, Maryland, and played his high school basketball at fabled DeMatha High. Coach Dave Lato in his first season at Virginia, but no stranger to Bill Carmody and the Northwestern Wildcats, having played Bill Carmody's team twice while he was the coach at DePaul.
All right, the most important part of any game is the first 5 minutes of the second half. I feel like Northwestern went into the locker room feeling like they had done a pretty good job. Virginia has to be angry. Let's see if they're able to come out and how that affects their performance. My guess is the Cavaliers are going to be very inspired.
Northwestern with the ball to start the second half. Sterling Williams. Out to Vince Scott. Scott taking it to the hole. Usually he's been shooting from three-point range. He hadn't had any success, and that one, that's the right idea. Maybe it set up that drive to the basket.
Yeah, big lineup, and also with Williams and Moore on the court, a lot of youth in the backcourt.
Sean Singletary starting the second half for the Cavaliers. He's got 2 fouls, so we'll track that. He's got a 3-point on its way. Nothing but net.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Dave Lato. Bill Carmody said that if you're going to beat Virginia, you have to deal with the guards. Singletary and Reynolds only 3 for 11 combined in the first half.
We're tied at 29. There's that cut and a great block by Tanji Soroye. And they turn it into points. And 1.
You know, it's going to be fun to watch the maturation process for Sean Singletary. Last year as a freshman, Jarrett Jack, Ray Felton, Gilchrist, Chris Paul. The ACC was loaded with star guards. The block shot by Tanji acts as an outlet pass, and you can see how big his eyes are. Let me get full court.
Singletary converting the 3-point play. Mikalauskas now, Larinas Mikalauskas in the game for Tanji Soroye for Virginia. And Virginia now with a 3-point lead, 32-29. Let's see if Northwestern can answer. the back door. Virginia seems to be doing a little better job of defending that. Although that time Reynolds called for the foul on Vedran Vukusic. Was it a foul?
I think it was, and there's a grab late. Watch him right there, right across the arm. Easy call. Referee was 2, maybe 3 feet away.
Tim Doyle to inbound the ball for Northwestern. Moore from the corner, can't get it to go. Vukusic keeps it alive. Sterling Williams.
See, against three-point shooters, you have to sustain that box out a little bit longer. That's the 4th time that I've counted a three-pointer's been tipped back out. Notice the patience.
Doyle from three-point land, no good, in and out. Ball to Virginia. Here come the Cavaliers.
Just looking at the reaction, 0 for 11 from 3. Bill Carmody did not like that last Tim Doyle attempt. Doyle's job is to be the intangibles guy. Grab loose balls, make the extra pass. He is not regarded as a great long-range shooter. Michael Jenkins comes in to run the offense a little bit more. Last year was T.J. Parker's job. Jenkins was kind of a support guy off the bench. Much more difficult for him being featured this year.
Adrian Joseph going to the hole. Foul on Craig Moore, number 20. Bill Carmody sensing that his team needs a bit of a energetic lift, sending Michael Jenkins into the game, and Craig Moore will take a seat. Here comes Muhammad Hashad. That's his 4th foul. Craig Moore.
How much better would Virginia be if they had a go-to back-to-the-basket scorer in the low post? 2 very much perimeter-oriented teams.
They're hoping that's what Tanji Soroye becomes. He's a 6'11", 212, originally from Nigeria. Good shot blocker at this stage of the game, but not yet an offensive threat.
Oh, you're right. He averages 7.5 rebounds a game, which is incredible for a young player. Really, he's more like a freshman. Didn't play hardly at all last year, but on the offensive end, averaging less than 2 points a game.
Northwestern in need of a bucket. Jenkins inside to Scott. He gets hammered.
Dave Leda was telling us an interesting story today at Shoot-Around about when he took over, he started watching the game films from last year, trying to learn as much as he possibly could, but then he just stopped. Why is that?
Well, you know what? He said it was going to poison his thoughts about these kids. He would have a preconceived notion. He just wanted to let them learn under him and give every player basically a clean slate, which I think is a great idea.
Soroye sits. Now's a good time to explore the basket. Not much shot blocking for either team.
Scott gets tripped up by Larinas Mikalauskis. The crowd doesn't like it. The Who crew especially upset.
Bad decision here because Scott is not somebody that's going to beat you off the dribble. And Mike, I would be surprised if we don't see Vedran get a shot attempt shortly. They need to get him involved.
14 in the first half. He has yet to score here in the second.
See, that's one right there where I think he takes the shot rather than kick it back to Scott. Vedran's got to act like the #1 scorer in the Big Ten.
And Northwestern now 0 for 14 from three-point range. That has killed them tonight.
I'm shocked they're only down 3 because their offense is really built around that three-point line.
Joe Kane, Jason Kane rather, drive into the hole and drawing the foul. Jason Kane, a 6'10" junior out of Philadelphia.
I like a lot of things that Kane does. He provides that bench spark at the power forward position. 6'9", It's very unique to find a big guy that can change a game with his energy off the bench. Usually it's a guard that takes on that role.
You know, just like in the first half, Northwestern scored on its first possession and were scoreless since. The same thing has happened here in the second half.
A lot of fun to watch the Big Ten in the ACC on a national stage. We watched Maui, had a chance to watch the NIT, and now these two conferences.
Gets it inside. Diani with the foul. The Virginia Cavaliers, courtesy of a 7-0 run led by Sean Singletary, have taken a 33-29 lead, but a lot of basketball to go.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship, coming in March.
When it comes to football, no one knows the red zone like Joe Montana.
Joe Montana here with RZ Trainer, an exciting new training tool guaranteed to bring you to the top of your game fast.
Introducing RZ Trainer, a revolutionary new passing and catching trainer that immediately improves your football handling skills. Attach the adjustable belt to your waist and set the length on the rebounding cord. RZ Trainer's rebounding cord brings the ball right back every time. Improve your passing, receiving, hand-eye coordination, defensive ball handling skills, reflexes, and confidence.
When I was a kid, the only training tool I had was a tire swing. I wanted to work on passing, but instead I just wound up chasing the football. With RZ Trainer, you can get lots of throws and catches in a short amount of time, and you don't need a partner.
RZ Trainer has a built-in swivel that spins with the ball, and the rebounding cord is adjustable for throwing distances up to 30 feet. When you're done practicing, just detach the cord, and your durable leather-grain football is ready for the game. RZ Trainer is just $29.95 and comes with a 100% play better guarantee.
RZ Trainer is a great training tool. I'm amazed at how fast my son is learning to catch and throw the football.
Offense and defense alike, every football player should learn how to throw as well as catch. I threw to some of the best receivers in football. Ask them what it takes to be a great receiver, and they'll tell you soft hands. No training device helps you develop soft hands better than RZ Trainer.
RZ Trainer is just $29.95 and comes with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Order 2 or 3 and save. RZ Trainer makes a great gift year-round.
Getting to the top takes practice. RZ Trainer helps you get the most out of your practice time so you can get through the red zone and into the end zone.
Improve your game in the red zone. Get your amazing RZ Trainer for just $29.95. Call 1-800-895-3601 now and receive a mini football free. Or order online at rztrainer.com. Call now.
Virginia leading Northwestern 33-29 here in the Big Ten ACC Challenge presented by Cisco Systems. Lace up your skates for ESPNU's coverage of college hockey Friday night as the two-time defending champion Denver Pioneers take on conference rival the Colorado College Tigers, who are shooting for a repeat appearance in the Frozen Four. College hockey on ESPNU Friday at 9:30 Eastern. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. Vedran Vukasic at the line for Northwestern. 2-2. And cutting the Virginia lead to 3.
Really the perfect power forward for Bill Carmody's system. Makes threes, very good off the dribble, a skilled passer. When he was recruited out of Split, Croatia, Bill Carmody felt like if he would have been an American player, he would have been a McDonald's All-American caliber recruit.
Reynolds out to Sean Singletary, guarded by Muhammad Ashad. Adrian Joseph now off the rim, controlled by Virginia.
Well, some nice work on the weak side by Joseph. Jenkins tried to block him out. Just no way to deal with him. Actually, it was Reynolds that grabbed the rebound.
Now he drives to the bucket on Michael Jenkins, and Jenkins called for the foul.
Number 5, Michael Jenkins. Nice luxury item for Dave Lato to have 3 guards they can all handle, take it to the rim, create for themselves. And you know, one other thing that Dave Lato has to be very pleased with is the job that Mamadi Diani has done defensively on Vukusic. You know, he still has a lot of points, but remember, he has the green light. He can shoot whenever he wants, and he has not had very many easy looks.
Tim, how tough is it for a coach like Dave Lato to come into a program with players that he hasn't recruited?
I don't think it makes a big difference when you have kids the caliber of the Cavaliers. These are some good kids, some hard workers, and it's really a tribute to Pete Gillen as well. He brought in a lot of high caliber guys.
Virginia's lead back up to 4, 35-31. Cavaliers have done an excellent job of shutting down Vukusic here so far in the second half.
Dave Lato did mention, though, that he loves his recruits that he's bringing in for next year.
5 quality kids. Vince Scott taking the extra step. Another Northwestern turnover. Carmody going to his bench, looking for some help and calling on Sterling Williams now. They're just sloppy basketball there.
Yeah, and that's not acceptable if you play for Bill Carmody. Remember, they're averaging 14 turnovers a game. Only 6 tonight, but you know what? If you turn it over for Carmody, he's not going to accept that. Or 2 years ago, they averaged 9.8 for the whole season.
Sweet move by J.R. Reynolds. And the Virginia lead now 6. Northwestern in need of a basket. Foul away from the bucket. Called on Jason Kane. Watch J.R. over Vukusic.
The strength of this Virginia team is their guards, especially off the dribble.
Yeah.
They don't have much of a post game, but that's a benefit for their driving ability. You know, if Northwestern's going to have a chance to win this game, Vukusic has to make some three-pointers, and look how they're shadowing him out at the three-point line. He has no space.
Diani, who guarded Vedran in the first half, on the bench right now, and Jason Kane has drawn that assignment and done a good job. Virginia trying to increase the lead to 40-31, and they do.
Now, this is a real nice moment in this season for Dave Lato's team. Remember at Arizona, they were up against an outstanding team. Arizona went on a 29-1 run in the second half.
Well, this Virginia run, Tim, a 14-2 run, and it has given the Virginia Cavaliers their biggest lead of the game, 40-31. Tim Doyle comes in. There's the story of the second half. No field goals in the last 13 minutes and 40 seconds. That goes back to the first half, obviously.
Yep, and Diani's been outstanding defensively. Right now, Jason Kane has the job.
Vukusic gets it off the cut. Vedran was 16 tonight. Reynolds. Vukusic with the reach around. Got body.
Anytime they're playing against this zone defense, Virginia still runs their man-to-man offense. Dave Lato simplified their entire scheme, and they run about 5 or 6 things that he really feels like gets the ball going from left to right and then back again, really trying to make the defense change. This is the first time in a while we've seen them in a man-to-man defense.
Soroye. That's that offensive move that Dave Lato is looking for from his sophomore. Boy, that'll be a real bonus for this Virginia ball club as the season wears on if he develops into the player that Dave Lato thinks he can develop into.
See, who's going to make an outside shot right now?
Not this guy. Scott has been cold all night. Here's a guy who's 6'10", a center. 0 for 13 on threes now. Northwestern gets a break on that Virginia miss. Cats on a fast break, a rare one, and Tim Doyle converts 42-35. But back comes Singletary from three-point range again.
Boy, that's a killer.
45-35, the Virginia lead 10.
What a shot by Singletary. Because Northwestern felt like getting that transition bucket, that was going to really help them a lot. Singletary killed them with that three.
And you see that last play? Three guys on Vedran Vukusic, who was cutting towards the basket. The Virginia Cavaliers have taken control with an offensive explosion. They lead the Northwestern Wildcats in this ACC Big Ten Challenge game by 10, 45-35, with 11:56 remaining. Can the Cats respond?
To play professional volleyball, you better be in great shape. To play at age 41, you better be in the best shape of your life. How do I do it? Bowflex.
Introducing the all-new Bowflex Extreme 2. Now you can get great results faster than ever.
I've been an athlete all my life, and nothing works better than Bowflex. I've been on this machine for 6 weeks and packed 12 pounds of muscle onto my frame.
Call right now for your free DVD that tells you all about Bowflex.
I put the Extreme 2 to the test. I got pumped arms, ripped abs, and legs of steel. Let's face the facts, we all get older, but we sure don't have to look it. I'll admit it, I want to look good and perform well at the beach. But if I'm out slamming it with 20-somethings, I need the kind of shape that only comes from strength training with Bowflex.
Change your body in one easy 20-minute workout, done just 3 times a week. The new Bowflex Extreme 2 features a no-cable change pulley system, delivering faster workouts than ever, because you don't have to change cables between exercises.
That cuts down on my workout time, which allows me to do more of the things that I want to do.
If you're serious about losing weight, getting fit, and getting in awesome shape, then check out the new Extreme 2.
To be back playing pro volleyball after leaving the tour over 10 years ago is amazing. If you want real results real fast, you need a real Bowflex. Believe me, there are great advantages to having a Bowflex body.
Call right now for this free DVD or order directly from Bowflex for only $25 a month. Call today or visit them online.
I'm 41 years old, and I'm in the best shape of my life.
Happiness in Virginia, in Charlottesville. Well, a Cavalier 45-35 lead over Northwestern. Singletary, Sean Singletary, when he's in the game, magical things happen to the Cavaliers.
And I think that Sean Singletary is a future NBA player.
20-point differential when he's in the game tonight. -10 differential when he's on the bench. Singletary with 12 points this half. The entire Northwestern team with just 8.
And for Northwestern, here's the story. Vedran Vukusic not getting much help at all. They look tired, and part of the reason Bernard Cote and Mike Thompson, their 2 big men, are not here. They are back in Evanston, and that's really going to hurt their depth down the last 11:56 to go in this game.
And one of the signs of tiredness in a basketball player, you miss those foul shots, especially when they hit the front of the iron like that last one did by Vukusic. And then the careless fouls. Northwestern definitely on their heels now.
It's also worth noting that the magic number is 60. Nobody has scored 60 points against this deliberate Northwestern team all season long. 45 points with plenty of time to go. We said that if this Virginia team can get over 60, they're going to win the ball game. 3 fouls now on Vukusic.
Saw Bill Carmody on the bench, and his star player, Vedran Vukusic, with 3 fouls, but he really can't afford to take him out of the game, because if you do, you lose any offensive threat that you have. Adrian Joseph trying to give the Cavaliers an 11-point lead, and he does. 11:51 to go here in the second half. Vukusic gets open, an open look for a three. Off the back of the iron, tipped by Kane, out to Singletary. Over to Reynolds, rebound Kane. Virginia's got the ball still on the ground. Here's Joseph with a short jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound by Mohammed Hashad. Northwestern slowing it down. Jenkins looking inside for Hashad. Ball kicked away. Northwestern ball. And Mamadi Diani in the game again.
And that's bad news for Vukusic because he gets into your space and irritates you. He's a very disruptive defender. On the season, Northwestern's goal is to score 30 points per game beyond the arc. Tonight, they have 0.
Zip zilch. Vukusic working against Kane, and he's called for the charge. That's number 4 on Vedran Vukusic. They lose him, and Northwestern can kiss this game goodbye.
Yeah, and Kane stays with him. I don't know.
I don't think he had position.
Yeah, I think that was a questionable call. Doesn't matter. Also, remember, an 11-point deficit is much greater for a team like Northwestern. They don't score with ease.
Reynolds with the missed three, or Adrian Joseph gets it back. Virginia's athleticism starting to tell. Diani from the corner. Three-pointer, 50-36. And Northwestern desperately has to call timeout, and everybody inside of University Hall here tonight for this Big Ten ACC Challenge game up on their feet. Diani with 12 points, the last 3 on that three-pointer.
What's he doing here?
Beats me. Can I help you, sir?
I'm looking for our security.
Yes, sir. Our security is in the network, sir.
This blinky thing is our security?
The security thing is everywhere. The network is, sir.
Let me get this straight. The security is in the blinky thing, and it's in the doohickey next to the blinky thing? This is technical jargon, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Security, powered by Cisco.
Win or go home as the best in women's college soccer compete for the national title. 4 teams, 1 goal. The title is the Irish's. Every shot and save is live on ESPNU. Got it! Oh, did she get it? Don't miss any of the semifinal action on the road to the national championship game. Chapman, score! The NCAA Women's College Cup doubleheader kicks off Friday at 4:30 and continues at 7 on ESPNU.
Is your child...
Homeowners need cash? You need to know about the no closing cost home equity line of credit from Countrywide Home Loans. Unlike many lenders, with Countrywide there's no application fee, no credit reporting fee, no appraisal fee, no underwriting fee, no closing costs. So you can use more of your loan to pay off credit cards and lower your bills. The no closing cost home equity line of credit from Countrywide. No one can do what Countrywide can. Apply now. Call 1-800-641-8309.
It's great when you get all those credit cards in the mail. It's not so great when the bills show up.
Medical bills wiped out our savings. Refinancing helped us through it.
Have you heard that money isn't the answer to all your problems? At Countrywide Home Loans, we've seen millions of problems where money from a home loan was the answer. So call America's #1 home loan lender now. No one can do what Countrywide can. Apply now to get cash before rates go up.
Visit your local branch or call 1-800-641-7434.
Cavaliers blowing their horn, and with good reason, a 50-36 lead after a 24-7 run here in this half. Northwestern, this storyline here, the game track, Northwestern 0 for 14 from the three-point line. And Vedran Vukusic has been shut down here in the second half for all intents and purposes. The story, this man, Sean Singletary.
Yeah, and he's done it in so many different ways, outscoring Northwestern all by himself in transition, off threes. He has been a jet going end to end. Love Sean Singletary. And, we're coming out of halftime, Mike, we talked about the fact, how was Virginia going to respond? They didn't play a great first half, and they definitely liked what Dave Lato said to them.
Northwestern still three-less.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea to drive against Vukusic. He has 4 fouls. There's no shot blocking in the game, and you know number 11 is not going to provide much resistance.
Just under the 10-minute mark. Sean Singletary slashing his way to the hoop. And given how tired these Northwestern players look, it's easy to see why Singletary was able to draw the foul.
As I sit here, Bill Carmody is one of America's best coaches. These kids play exceptionally hard, but here's the truth. They lack shooters, and they are probably the least athletic team in the Big Ten. That's a tough order to go on the road without 2 of your big men, Cote and Thompson, that are back in Evanston. That's the story right there.
And as well as Northwestern plays at home at Welsh Ryan Arena, they are virtually have no success on the road. Vukusic, after getting the pass inside from Vince Scott, able to score. He's got 21. But there's Adrian Joseph. And a nice rebound by Kane. Slapped away by Doyle. And then Doyle slaps Vianney.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty at the other end. Watch the delivery. You put it right at the defender's feet where they can't have a chance to get there. Vukusic with some warrior tendencies, not quitting. What a player.
21 points tonight, 6 rebounds. Rest of the team just 37 points. And Tim, you've been talking about the 60-point mark for Virginia tonight. They're just 9 away. Nobody scored 60 on the Cats this year. Vianney makes it 52-38, 9:31 remaining.
Mamadi was telling me before the game what a great experience it was for him to play against Arizona. He said it's the loudest arena that he's ever been in. The fans were there 2 hours prior to tip, yelling all kinds of stuff at the players, and he said that's where I want to take this program.
Yeah. Youth, only a freshman could look at an 81-51 defeat and say, what a great experience.
I watched that game, and I thought that Virginia played a very solid first half. That 29-1 run was one of the most impressive displays of basketball I've ever seen.
The shot sort of in no man's land on that last shot, not knowing whether to bank it or swish it. His turnaround shot consequently did neither. Here comes Northwestern. A shot from the corner. Three-pointer, yeah. Much needed three-pointer, yeah. The first one for the evening for the Northwestern Wildcats.
1 for 16 is not going to get it done.
That was the first three-pointer of the evening after 15 consecutive misses.
Yeah, and if I can put it in perspective, in their last outing, they took 49 shots, 31 of them were threes. And Vukusic actually about 50% of his attempts are three-pointers. 1 for 16. Ouch.
And the more tired the players get, the more likely they are to take the three than to not take it. Especially when a team's trying to get back into the basketball game. Trailing by 9, 8:32 remaining.
Tough watching Michael Jenkins try to deal with Adrian Joseph down under the basket. Huge size mismatch.
Singletary hits the first one. ESPN News coverage of women's soccer continues with both semifinal matches from the NCAA Women's College Cup. First at 4:30 Eastern, Portland faces Penn State. Then at 7 Eastern, Florida State takes on UCLA. The NCAA Women's College Cup on ESPNU Friday. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. Sean Singletary making the back end of that double free throw. And now Virginia again with a 13-point lead. Michael Jenkins out to Tim Doyle. Doyle three-point land. That's 2 in a row.
Big bucket.
Cuts the Virginia lead to 10.
Doyle's really had a nice year statistically for them.
Adrian Joseph. 6'7" wingman for a sophomore from Trinidad.
Like, hasn't Virginia done a nice job answering big Northwestern buckets?
They sure have, and they've done a nice job defending Vedran Vukovic. I know he's had his points tonight by switching off between Diani and Kane defensively, as they really helped Virginia's cause.
Good decision pulling it back out.
Here's Diani, blocked by Scott. Scott draws the foul. The Virginia Cavaliers here in this Big Ten ACC Challenge have given Dave Lato reason to breathe a little easier here. They lead by 12.
Fact. Scientists now know there are 3 major causes of male hair loss. Fact. The newly patented Follicare hair growth and restoration system is the first product that fights all 3 of these hair killers at the same time. Fact. In testing by an independent lab, 100% of men using Follicare grew new hair in just 8 weeks. That's right, 100% of men grew new hair, and you will too. We guarantee it.
I was going bald. Then I started to use Follicare, and there's a lot more hair there in a very short period of time. It's a great product.
Follicare's patented formula works for thinning hair or on an annoying bald spot. Here's why we lose our hair as we age. First, blood flow decreases and not enough oxygen and key nutrients reach our follicles. Second, the chemical DHT builds up in hair follicles and causes them to shrink. And third, we don't get enough of the nutrients needed to grow healthy hair. Follicare fights all of these hair killers with over 50 key ingredients that together help you grow and keep your own hair. Single approach products can't give you the incredible results that Follicare can. Follicare was developed by Dr. Chris Catalfo, who at 28 years old was rapidly going bald. Desperate, Dr. Catalfo attacked all the reasons for his hair loss at once and now has a full head of hair. His research gave us Follicare. It takes less than 5 minutes a day to use and costs less than a cup of coffee. And unlike some other products, there are no unwanted sexual side effects.
Unless you actually put this on your head, there's no way in the world that you're going to understand how good it is.
Have you ever heard a guy say, gee, I wish I were bald? No! Don't wait to get to this point to do something about hair loss. You too will grow hair with the patented Follicare system. We guarantee it or your money back.
You can fight hair loss, and Follicare guarantees it. Unlike other products, Follicare costs as little as $1 a day. Call 1-800-284-5494 to order now. Follicare is easy, it's patented, and it works. Don't wait. Call 1-800-284-5494 or visit Follicare.com and get started today.
We're back at Virginia, 12-point lead, and done a nice job against Northwestern, which has a deep and rich athletic tradition. Let's go way back to the late 60s, early 70s. Mike Adamle, over 2,000 yards as a Wildcat. Anything you want to say about this?
Yeah, I was a triple threat. Trip, stumble, and fall.
Look at that speed. How many years did you spend in the NFL?
7 years in the National Football League. Truly amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Now tell us all why you had to end your career. How did you actually hurt your knee?
Water ski jumping. So that was not football. Well, you know, back when you're in your 20s, you think you're immortal, and then you get a little bit older, you realize that you know what.
To put it in perspective, you know, now we talk about HD and all the megapixels and everything. That was black and white, my friend. That was way back in the day.
Keep rubbing it in, pal.
14-point deficit. You need to make threes, but it's the one area that they have not been very good at tonight. Also, with tired legs, you wouldn't expect them to catch fire at this point.
They have made their last two, however. Hashad, this one from inside. His turnaround jumper goes, and Northwestern hanging in there. They're down by 12. But look at Singletary. Bring the ball back up the court.
Yeah,
Diani out to Singletary.
This would be a good time for a few long Virginia offensive possessions.
Eat some clock. Reynolds has the ball stolen. Doyle with the left-handed layup. Hashad breaks into that passing lane. Nice heads-up move. Northwestern staying within 10. 6:39 remaining. Diani off the front of the iron. Kane right there. Great position on Vince Scott to get the rebound and the putback basket.
Yeah, it's tough to rebound when you're in a zone. You're not covering a man. You're responsible for an area, and that was a case right there where Kane was able to exploit them.
Doyle, another turnaround. A bank one off the glass with the left hand. 60-50. And we're at, guess what, the 60-point mark.
The magic number.
Singletary for three. Yes. 63 points, the most that have been scored on Northwestern this year. Singletary 4 of 4 on his three-point shots this half. Doyle, who has provided an offensive lift of sorts here for the Wildcats, draws the foul.
You know, we've talked a lot about Singletary and his three-point shooting and his ability to play the break. He has range. We know he can shoot. But if he's going to become an NBA caliber point guard, he has to make an improvement in the assist-turnover ratio on the season. He has 4 assists and 17 turnovers. Well, tonight, look at the stat line. He has 3 assists and a sterling, flawless game of handling the ball, no turnovers.
Last year, he was an all-ACC freshman. This year, he's trying to take his game to another level. He's done that tonight. Mike Adamle and Tim McCormick with you here at University Hall. The last ball in the hall here last season for this storied facility for Big Ten ACC Challenge presented by Cisco System. And it's all knotted at 4 games apiece. The ACC with 4 wins, the Big Ten with 4 wins after tonight.
Here's a little number for you, Mike. This place is a tough place for opponents. Virginia has won 100 of their last 111 attempts.
Celebrating its 41st and final basketball season. Overall, since its inception in '65, 218 wins and just 30 losses. Oh boy, this place has been a snake pit, that's for sure.
Can you imagine what it was like back in the day when you had Ralph Sampson and Jeff Jones and Jeff Lamp and
before
Brian
him, Barry
Stitt.
Parkhill, and that's what Dave Lato's trying to do here, is rekindle what it was once a storied program.
Did we mention Wally Walker?
We did not. Buzzy Wilkinson?
Oh yeah, Buzzy.
Brian Stith.
Do you think someday we may see the name Sean Singletary up there?
Well, assuming that, you know, maybe if he leads this team to a Final Four, earns All-American status, got a chance. He doesn't leave for the NBA after next season.
I think there's a good chance he's going to be around for a long time.
Jenkins' three-point shot hits the front of the rim, and back come the Cavaliers. J.R. Reynolds off the dribble, the swift inside pass to Diani. Mamadi Diani gives Virginia a 17-point lead.
Diani, 5 out of 6 from the field. Traveling call, frustrating for Bill Carmody because he hates turnovers with a passion.
See him over on the Northwestern bench, his hand on his face, and it doesn't look like disgust. It just looks like the inevitable. J.R. Reynolds, 20-point lead. 10-0 run since the 6:50 mark.
You know, you feel for Northwestern because when the thing that you like to do the most, and that's make threes, isn't working, you tend to bow your head and get a little frustrated. That's what I see out of the Wildcats.
And it has been a frustrating night. Nothing more frustrating than their attempt at three-point shots. Moore misses one. Singletary misses the one coming back for Virginia. .344 remaining here in the second half of play.
You see, that shot went in, but that's not Northwestern basketball. That's a quick three. And they tended in the second half to get away from that tremendous patience that we've known to really respect out of Bill Carmody's team.
The one thing that Dave Lato did at halftime was obviously come up with a way to clamp down on all those side cuts and backdoor cuts that Northwestern was successful on in the first half. Virginia has done that. And look at King work on the offensive boards. It has been all Virginia here in the second half. They have been working hard and hustling. They've got a 70-53 lead with 3:12 remaining.
Want to hang out with an NFL receiver?
You think you got what it takes?
Now, you could put Torrey Holt in your room with Fathead.
Hey, you call me a fathead?
Big and bold, Fathead is pure NFL power and action.
Man, I didn't know I looked that good.
Fathead are easy to put up. Just peel and place. Fathead won't damage your walls and can be moved over and over.
That's all you gotta do?
Too big and real for retail stores? Just visit Fathead.com to find all of your favorite Fathead teams and players. Officially licensed by the National Football League and Players, Inc. Favre, McNabb, Vick, Urlacher, Barber, and Torrey Holt.
Go big, go real. Go get a Fathead right now. They're gonna be gone soon.
Fathead. Go big, real big. Classic and collectible. Fathead.com.
What are you looking at?
Introducing the extraordinary E-Trade Complete. Be brilliant with your banking, trading, and investing all on one page. Be visionary and see where your money might be falling through the cracks and exactly how to stop it. Be all-powerful with a revolutionary security device that changes your password every 60 seconds. In other words, be master of your domain.
Oh, there's my earring.
At E-Trade Financial, we keep challenging the ordinary to help investors be extraordinary.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 1-800-440-0534.
Welcome back to Charlottesville, Virginia, where the Virginia Cavaliers have a 70-53 lead over Northwestern in the Big Ten ACC Challenge, presented by Cisco Systems. The series tied at 4 games apiece, and we'll get you updated on what is happening in the other challenge games tonight. Michigan State a winner by 2 over Georgia Tech. Maryland beat Minnesota. And Indiana trailing Duke by 6. Iowa with an early lead over NC State. Tim Doyle taking it with his left hand again. Guarded by Diani. Gets it to go. 70-55. You know, Tim, the players will say that these ACC Big Ten challenges don't really mean a whole heck of a lot when you look at the entire season. But these 2 conferences care, that's for sure. Whoa! What a sweet move by Singletary. How do you like me now, huh? Have I showed off my whole game tonight? 23 points.
I believe he's coming off 24 last game at Arizona.
Another missed 3-point shot. We're under the 2-minute mark. It has been all Virginia here in the second half. They've shut down Northwestern's leading scorer, Vedran Vukusic, and worn out Northwestern with their superior depth and talent.
I want to give Dave Leto a lot of credit. He simplified his offense, and it seems to be clicking. And also, he's really giving his young players a lot of confidence. Remember, 6 of the top 7 players are underclassmen. Watch where he leaves from. Outside the lane, he gets all the way a la Julius Erving. Not the same high riser, but he left outside the lane on the left, controlled the body, and kissed it on the other side. Look at his feet right there. Up. Amazing.
Singletary's career high 25. He leaves the game tonight with 23. That'll help his season average. The one thing that Dave told us about Sean Singletary that makes him special, in addition to his natural talent, he's got a tremendous work ethic, and he's an extremely bright kid.
Now, if they're not playing a game, he's been known to come in the morning to shoot, have the team practice, and then come back in at night. He's a worker, and I don't know if I've heard this before. He's a college student that doesn't own a TV. He doesn't have time for that kind of nonsense. He's very focused on his basketball and his books.
In a day and age when student athlete has become something of an oxymoron, Sean Singletary shatters the stereotype. So do all the players on both these teams. And now the Cavaliers can relax on the bench, and you got to hand it to Dave Leto for getting this team ready after being blown out by Arizona, not letting that affect their performance tonight.
Well, 9 days ago they played Richmond, that also runs this deliberate type of offense. So they had 2 days to prepare for Richmond, then 2 extra days to prepare prior to this one. So I think that did help them quite a bit.
Stormtroops now in. Pat Kennedy in the game for Northwestern, missed, guess what, another 3. Now Billy Campbell, the lone senior on this Virginia team, getting his playing time, albeit late. Joe Kennedy, his dad Pat Kennedy, the former DePaul coach. And don't call these garbage minutes for these guys, because all this matters. This is what they practice hard for. Well, time now to take a look at our Cisco Systems player of the game. Who do you think that is, Tim?
It's got to be Sean Singletary, doesn't it? A worker, very skilled, the best player on the court tonight.
By far and away. All due respects to Vedran Vukusic, but most of his work was done in the first half. And Vedran, quite frankly, doesn't have the complementary cast that Sean Singletary does. People like that youngster right there, big tall guy, Tanji Soroye. Vedran on the bench after a great effort, but he can't do it alone.
Well, we said prior to the game that this was a matchup of great athletes versus very smart players. In the second half, Virginia made it an up and down, more athletic game, and that really was the difference in my eyes.
Under 10 seconds, fans on their feet here at storied University Hall in Charlottesville, Virginia. And score 1 for the Atlantic Coast Conference. They beat the Big Ten tonight here. Our final score from Charlottesville, Dave Leto's Cavaliers 72, 57 to Northwestern. The Big Ten ACC Challenge update as it stands currently now 6-5. We'll be back to wrap things up in a moment here from University Hall here in Charlottesville, Virginia.